Hello everybody, this is Dino Chris from Prehistoric Facts. This is a Q&A episode, and so I'll be inside the museum, as you can tell. And so let's actually get started, shall we? So Brendan from Rarest, New York. My question is Mamenchisaurids, Cedosaurids are ancestors of Diplodocids? And I recently looked this up, and the answer is no. They're not totally ancestors to the Diplodocids. They're actually kind of like cousins. They're actually more like distant cousins. So the Diplodocids actually kind of come from a family of sauropods that actually are part of that sauropod family, where you see the Mamenchisaurids, Cedosaurus, those types of dinosaurs, but they're not really related to each other in terms of like, are they common ancestors? They're actually more likely cousins. They're kind of cousins of the Diplodocids are actually cousins of the Mamenchisaurus and Cedosaurids. And so the Cedosaurus, Mamenchisaurus are just cousins of Diplodocus, Apatosaurus, Borosaurus, those types of dinosaurs. And so that answers your question there is, are they actually ancestors? They're just cousins. They're just actually cousins. They're somewhat related to each other, but not totally. But so there's your answer for that. And then Benjamin from Hong Kong. So you got several questions for me, and so I'll do the first one here. Is Borosaurus one of the rarest Jurassic sauropods? I would say I would say maybe, maybe not. It all depends on like how many specimens of Borosaurus are out there. And Borosaurus is almost like Diplodocus and Apatosaurus, so you actually kind of like, okay, they're part of that kind of same family, but I'd say Apatosaurus is a little bit more common. Diplodocus is a little bit more common. As Borosaurus, I think it's actually kind of in the middle. I would say it's like in the middle between rare and common, so maybe not as common. I would just say is that there might not be enough specimens out there to actually determine if it's common or not. Then your second question, I can barely say the names of these dinosaurs. Are Opisthocaudia and Quisitosaurus closely related? I looked this up. No, they are not closely related. There's still unknown things about Quisitosaurus. Is because you see there's not that much of it has been found. They only found the skull, so they don't really know what the dinosaur totally looked like. And so kind of part of the Titanosaur family. It's just that I'd say maybe, maybe not. It's still unknown. I'd say that one's still up in the air. Are Heliosaurus and Acanthus the same dinosaur? No, they are not. They're part of the same family group of dinosaurs called the nodosaurs. It's just that Acanthus belongs to its own group of nodosaurs, the Acanthids. And so, whereas Heliosaurus is just a nodosaur, just a part of the Nodosauria family. And so they may look the same, but really they're not. And I think geographically they're different too, so that would actually make a little bit more sense. And is the big tyrannosaur that appeared in Prehistoric Park Teratophonius or Albertosaurus? In the show they say Albertosaurus, but where Albertosaurus has been found, Albertosaurus has mostly been found in the northern part of North America, so from Canada, Montana, those types of places, whereas Teratophonius is mostly found in Utah. And so I would say that it would be a little bit more likely that it could be Teratophonius, but they say Albertosaurus, so they just took Albertosaurus and just put it in Texas. But there's reports that there have been Albertosaurs found in the region of that part of Texas, but it's still unknown. It's still unknown whether or not Albertosaurus, or is there a different species of Albertosaurus being discovered in Texas. But there have been tyrannosaur teeth found in Texas. And so I would say that it's still most likely going to be Albertosaurus. This is what Nigel Marvin said in the show, and so that's where you're more likely going to say it's going to be Albertosaurus in there. So they just put a dinosaur possibly not geographically located correctly. It's just that they just want to put some dinosaurs on there because the fossils of like the formations that make up that date 75 million years ago are mostly going to be found in the northern parts of North America, and they just put them into the southern regions of North America. And so I would say it's just that I would say Teratophonius would actually be there around 75 million years ago in Texas, but they just took Albertosaurus, and so just stick with Albertosaurus for this one. And so that's it for now, and next week would actually be a special episode, and that'll be on the 13th. So I'll let you guys know what kind of dinosaur I'm going to talk about. I'm going to possibly do an obscure dinosaur, a dinosaur that nobody has actually ever talked about before. And so I'll look up some dinosaurs and actually figure out which one is actually a little bit more obscure. And so... And you can still send me questions about dinosaurs or any other prehistoric life by emailing me at dinochrist71@gmail.com. Just go on my Facebook page, Prehistoric Facts with Dino Chris. Like the page, you can actually post your questions on the wall or in the comment section. Remember, keep your questions short to the point. And any of you that are subscribers to me on YouTube or follow me on YouTube, you can leave your questions in the comment section. I do read them, and I'll take them to heart, and I'll try to make sure I get your YouTube name correct. Depends on what kind of YouTube name you use. And so all you followers out there and my subscribers on YouTube, feel free to send me questions through the comment section and on any YouTube video, and I'll take that to heart, and I'll read it, and I'll actually make sure that your question does get answered. And you can also follow me on Twitter at CSGRALL. It's my Twitter page. I post pretty cool stuff on there. Also, take care of people around you, and also for younger people out there, to make sure you listen to your parents, your teachers, and your guardians. It's the best motivation you can have a good education. It's very important to have good educations. With a good education, you get a good job in the future. And you can see right behind me, we have in the Colossal Fossils Museum in Wausau, Wisconsin. We actually put up a new exhibit right here, and the T-Rex will be coming sometime in August. That's what we're hoping for, fingers crossed, is that the Ivan will be coming in August. And so this exhibit right behind me, where you see this big thing with the long neck and skull, that's a giraffe and neck, a giraffe head and neck, and with the base, it's 7 feet tall, and so you actually get to see that. And this is part of the Convergent evolution exhibit. So we actually have the Convergent evolution of the wings, we have the Convergent evolution part of long necks, we got the Convergent evolution part of horns. And so hopefully you guys can come and check it out. And Colossal Fossils is located in the Wausau Center Mall, and you can come on. And we're open on the first and third Saturdays of each month in this summer, and hopefully we continue on to actually have that keep going on. And so feel free to come on down and actually check out the exhibits, and hopefully you can, and I'll give you guys a tour if you actually do come along and actually come on down and actually get to see this place. And hopefully Ivan does get here by August, and you guys are actually going to check out his glory. And just so to warn you, I might be having Ivan most of the time when in the background for a Q&A episode, and because he's just going to be awesome. And so I'll actually position the laptop in a way where you can actually see like bits of him, where you can actually get an idea of like how big he really is, and what kind of position he is in. And so anywho, so this is the Convergent evolution exhibit right behind me, and so hopefully most of you guys can come on down here and actually check out Colossal Fossils in Wausau, Wisconsin. And so come and check it out. And anyway, that's it for now, and I'll see you guys next week.